They're calling it New Commerce Experience. It's still the CSP agreement. It's just a new way to purchase on the CSP agreement. The licensing changes, the evolution, tasks, subscription ownership, the trials and subscriptions, they're making some changes to that. Upgrades, which it'll be new to the CSP program. The pause, cancellation, and auto renew functionality, and then what canceling subscriptions does, and the data retention that resolves around all of that. And then we have some next steps.
So basically, what this is as of now, NCE is only available for corporate customers. It is coming for all verticals, but right now it is just for corporate. Currently, how it's set up, Azure has been in the New Commerce Experience billing platform for a while. And so what will happen is once the legacy billing goes away, you'll get your Azure and your CSP billing all on the same day, instead of now it's separated. So we don't know exactly how the billing and the invoices are going to look just yet, but they'll come on the same day instead of 2 separate dates.
New Commerce Experience. So one of the new functions is they're going to have 3 different subscription types. The 1-month subscription, which will allow you to purchase month to month, go up and down as you want, similar to what today is, except there's no locked-in pricing for a year like you get today. The 12-month subscription, which is a commitment to annual subscription, and what the big change is that you are no longer able to reduce licensing. So they're changing that capability where today you can go up and down as you want. In the future with NCE, you will only be able to increase and then decrease at anniversary. It's very similar to what you can do on an enterprise agreement, for any of you that have ever had an enterprise agreement. On an enterprise agreement, you make a commitment. There's a minimum. There is no minimum on CSP, but there is a minimum on an EA, and then you can increase, and then at anniversary you can decrease as long as you don't go below that minimum. For CSP, it's going to be very similar. You make a purchase, you can increase, but you can only decrease at anniversary, whereas previously you go up and down however you wanted. That doesn't change if what you have today, which we're calling legacy. You can still go up and down as you need. It's when you renew or purchase an NCE product, at that point, that product will be, you will not be able to reduce those licenses. They will also have a 36-month subscription. That's not going to be available till March of next year, but with the 36-month, you can also lock in for 36 months that price. The downside is you can't reduce until the end of the 36 months. So you can increase all you want, but you can't reduce till the end of the 36 months. On both the 12-month and the 36-month, you can still pay monthly. You can pay it annually, or with the 36 months, you can pay all 36 months up front if you want to. So when you add, just like today, there's a co-term. And some of you who have CSP agreements now have seen this on your invoices, but you get charged for the days left times your unit cost and then the number of licenses. So the way Microsoft does it is that you have 25 users today and you add 3, you get a charge, and you do it all in the same month. You get a charge for the 25 users for the full year. Then they refund all 25 users for, say, 358 days because you added the additional 3 on those days. And then they'll charge you for all 28 users for 358 days. It can look completely confusing on your invoice, and we understand that. There are times when we have to look at it 3 or 4 times before we realize what it is that the changes that have been made. But just know there is a calculation, and they're looking at the actual number of days. If it's a leap year, they actually do 366 days. If you're paying monthly, then it's based on that month till your anniversary of the next month. And it's not a true anniversary date, but say you added your licenses on the 16th of the month, then it's looking at 17th to 16th. And you always pay upfront. So if you're paying monthly and say you added them on the 12th of this month, then you're going to pay 12 to 16, and then you're going to pay 17 to 16 on your invoice. Very few LSPs, including us, have actually sold any of these licenses yet because Microsoft is still making changes and still adding information. They made this announcement the first week of September of this change. So they gave us less than 6 weeks. We are still giving you information. We will provide you with NCE pricing. We do have it. I have some more slides to go through, but Microsoft is actually going to release some promotions to incentivize you guys to want to move to NCE. So our suggestion, and we'll go through that, is to wait and make these changes in January so you can get the better pricing. Does it change your anniversary date? There is no true anniversary date of a contract. Your anniversary dates are based on your products. With those products, each one can have its own anniversary date. What we're going to talk about is when we make those changes, we're going to suggest you change your anniversary date. The next thing I'm going to talk about is subscription ownership. So a lot of you guys have the business plan. So business premium, business standard, business basic. I know when Bobby and I talk to customers that we explained that there is a 300 seat limit. So what we discovered, and we were unaware of, is that apparently you can have 300 seats with us, 300 seats with CDW, 300 seats with Insight, 300 seats with Zones. So you're truly not getting that 300 seat limit, which is what that business plan is based on. Going forward, under NCE, you're stuck at 300. If you have 300 seats with us and you try to buy the same product through CDW is going to get an error saying that they can't because you've already hit the max. So Microsoft is the 300, the business plans were meant for small businesses, less than 300 users. And so they're actually putting that blocker in to stop people from buying extra seats when they really don't qualify for it. Because if you have 1,000 seats, you should be buying the enterprise level. So trials and subscriptions, or trial subscriptions and promotions. So the trials, right now, when you do a trial, the minimum of 25 licenses, they're meant to be 30 days. But right now, they actually extend longer than that because Microsoft doesn't actually turn them off. Going forward, under the NCE program, when you get a trial, it will automatically convert to a paid subscription at the end of 30 days. So unless you tell us to turn off the auto renew, which we can turn that off, you'll start getting billed for it at the end of 30 days. I know a lot of companies do these trials just to test it out. They aren't actually ready to purchase it yet. And our plan is to automatically set them to auto renew and then send you an email a week before to see if you want to convert it to a paid offering. Just know that auto renew is going to become a key thing that both IT1 and you need to make sure we're keeping track of, because it's going to affect renewals and everything. Because that auto renew, we want to make sure that customers have the ability to reduce count when they want to on a trial, that they don't have to start paying for it if they truly are just testing it out. It's also going to make customers, when they do a trial, make sure that they actually are doing the testing, because sometimes people will get a trial and then wait 3-4 weeks before they actually try it out. Chris, I'm going to go ahead and answer your question. It will impact education, charity, everybody. Right now, it only affects commercial, but we expect by January that education will have NCE, and as will charity. So as soon as that becomes available, we'll let everybody know. They only released commercial up front, but since everyone is going to be required to move to NCE as of March, they have to get the pricing out to us for the education and charity customers. So with the trials going to subscriptions, the paid subscription, if it switches over to a paid where they're billing you, you have 72 hours to cancel that. And that 72 hours includes holidays and weekends. So if you order it, if it flips on a Friday, we have to do it by Sunday. And obviously that could be difficult, but you will have access to the portal to be able to do it yourself. Promotions, as we stated, they will come out January 1st. We are going to be super busy working with our customers and current customers and new customers, figuring out how we can help them with those promotions and save them some money. The promotions will be for users up to 2,400 seats. It says customers, but I mean, if you have 4,000 seats, we can do a promotion for 2,400, and then you just have to pay full price for the rest. Great. So with the removal of being able to reduce your licenses, how do you go from E3 to E5 or from Plan 1 to Plan 2? So what Microsoft is doing is they're putting in an upgrade SKU. So you can actually upgrade from E3 to E5. And what they're going to do is they're basically going to, because you're doing this upgrade SKU, it will reduce it from your E3 and automatically put it on your E5. Now they've put it in this really cool feature, which I was really excited about when I read it. If you do a full upgrade, so say you have 100 users on M365 E3 and you move them all to M365 E5, it automatically reassigns them. So you don't have to go in and unassign and reassign each license to those users. It will automatically reassign everyone over to the new higher level suite. If you're only doing a partial upgrade, we still have to unassign, reassign, whether you guys do it or you ask us to do it. When you unassign, reassign, the reason they're not doing it is because they don't know which users are being upgraded, obviously. So they can't do it. But if you do all, they're all automatically done. If you do a partial, then obviously it's a partial. And there will be specific pricing for those upgrades. It's probably going to be the normal pricing, but they'll give you a discount because you're moving mid-month, or we don't know exactly how that's going to work until we price one out, and we haven't had a request to price one out. A customer is not paying us, we can pause your subscriptions. We continue to get billed. It doesn't stop the billing process, but your users won't have access because we need to get paid. And then we can return them back on once we're paid, or whatever situation happens. I'm using paid because that makes it the easiest way to explain it. We've never had to do this because we have the ability now. It's called suspend, but they are putting it in. They're just changing the name to pause. Cancellation, on the other hand, right now with the legacy, you have 30 days to put in a cancellation. You ordered the wrong product, your budget didn't show up, whatever. So you have 30 days to cancel today. With NCE, that drops down to 72 hours. So there's 72 hours, which includes holidays and weekends, to cancel any subscriptions. If you do that cancellation in the first day, you don't get charged at all. Day 1, you get charged for 1 day. Day 2, you get charged for 2 days. So it's no longer it gets wiped out. It's 72 hours, and they're going to charge you for days 2 or 3 if you wait till day 2 or 3 to cancel it. First day, like I said, it's 0 charge. It will immediately enter a disabled status. So if you assigned that license to a user and then requested we cancel it, that user will no longer have access. The admins will have access for up to 90 days, but the specific user, unless they're an admin, won't have access. And it cannot be reversed. Say, oh no, we canceled it in error. We actually have to order a new subscription. Auto renew. So when you order a subscription, the auto renew is automatically in the on state. You have 72 hours to cancel when it renews, and it would automatically renew at the end of your term. So if your renewal was next month, it would automatically renew like it does today. If it's in the off status, which is what our plan is for 12-month and 36-month, then it won't renew automatically. What IT1 is going to do, and what we've been attempting to do, is provide you with quotes 60 to 90 days prior to your renewal, and we will be on top of this definitely with NCE. And that point, you have the ability to reduce your licenses, which is why we're not leaving auto renew on, unless you ask us to specifically leave it on. What we're going to require or request is that you notify us that the counts are correct and that you do want to renew. And that way we'll just turn it back on and it'll automatically renew at anniversary. But we want to make sure that customers are aware, if you need to reduce your licenses, now's the time to do it. For a lot of customers, depending on what discussions we have in January, it may not affect them until 2023. But we want to make sure that they understand the process and know that this is what we want to do. When it doesn't renew, it goes into a disabled status and the users won't be able to access, but the admins will be able to access for 90 days. I kind of discussed this already. If you cancel your licenses, you get charged for days 2 and 3. So you'll get charged for 1 day or 2 days, depending on which day you canceled it on. But it's, again, the days left. This one is kind of weird. It should be the days you used, not the days left, but you get a refund for the days left, is how they're showing it. If a subscription expires, it will expire, get disabled, and then after 90 days be deleted. The expired status starts immediately, so on the expiration date, you'll immediately not have access. You cancel your monthly subscription, it goes into the disabled status. And then everything gets deleted at 90 days. And if I go to the next tab, it shows the layout. So if it's active, everyone has access. If it's expired, it's still available for 30 days. When it's disabled, then only the administrator can access it. And then at 90 days, it's deleted. You're going to work with your account executive at IT1. If you want us to review your Microsoft licensing historical under normal volume licensing, we can do that. You just need to give approval and email that approval to your AE. Bobby or I will get on the phone with you and we'll go through that MLS. We can also provide a comparison of pricing compared to what you're purchasing now to what it would be under CSP or NCE. So we'll send you an analysis. Your CSP does not show up on the Microsoft license summary. So if you already have a CSP or an MCA direct with Microsoft, all we need is a screenshot of your online services portal, or there's a link you can click that gives us access to see that portal. And then we can do, again, an analysis and show you what it would cost under IT1. But we want to have calls with you and your AE. To go over our findings, to have a discussion regarding the CSP one-on-one, how it affects you directly, and then provide you with pricing. And if you aren't already our customer, hopefully win your business. We have mitigations that we can do. So our suggestion, we want to give you some options. So in January, we're going to look at when your renewals are, provide you with pricing under the NCE offer, and then show you what your renewal will look like under today's legacy program, if you still want that ability to go up or down. And then what we want to do is, with that discussion, determine, do we want to change your anniversary date, move your anniversary date to February, so that we can lock in pricing pre-price increase that is happening in March. So change your anniversary date, give you the ability to have legacy or the NCE pricing prior to March 1st, and lock in that pricing. And then your renewal will happen in February 2023, and that's when that price increase will affect you. Now, this is only for the products that obviously you purchase January, February, or we change the anniversary date on for you. If you stay with what you're at now, and whatever anniversary date you have now, you can. And then when you renew after March of 2022, it will renew into the NCE offer program. So it'll become an NCE product, and then all of this stuff that we just walked through will affect you at that point. Our goal is to, one, do the best we can for our customers to make sure that they're in the, we may have a customers doing NCE and legacy at the same time, because that's the best fit for them, the ability to go up and down as they want. The month-to-month subscription, which gives you the ability to add, remove as you want under the NCE program, so it gives you that flexibility, is 20% more in premium. So for clients that have the need to be able to be flexible because they have holiday staff, or they have, you know, tax companies only hire during tax season and then they reduce their count, they may need to pay that 20% more. But if you have a level of admins or employees that you know you're not going to go below a certain number, you can have a mixture. You can have the month to month for those seasonal employees, and then you can have the 12-month commitment where you can only go up, not reduce, and save money that way so you're not paying that extra. We want to have those discussions with you and make sure that everyone's getting what they need and what fits their business best, whether it's the legacy plans where they can add, remove as they need, and that'll be key for a lot of companies that do have seasonal employees and being able to lock that in. Or it's a 12-month subscription and a promotion because you can save money and you know you're not going to go any further or go any lower than those numbers. And most of our customers are only increasing, they're not decreasing. So we want to make sure that they have that capability.